smells so good. Welcome back to Mukbang, you guys. I am back with some fish and chips, which was a request from Anonymous. He wanted to watch me eat some fish and chips, and I was definitely craving it, so I'm excited to bring that to you. And this is a nice little some love, actually, I could send to the UK from California. I know this is your staple food, so I'm excited to finally have it. I mean, I've had it before, but I'm just saying have it on the show. And I love eating food from all around the world, so I'm definitely excited about that. And I can't go without a nice little pairing. I have the brown ale here, Newcastle, and I think that'll be super delicious with this. And I also have the malt vinegar, which I'll be putting on the fish. I am not finishing all this, so don't get crazy. I'm actually going to put this down here. I just wanted to show you the package. Let's take a sip of this. Very smooth. Imported from England. Oh, that's actually really good. So, super excited. Let's drizzle some lemon on this fish. Look at that nice piece of fish there. And I have some tartar sauce right there, which you cannot go without the tartar sauce on the fish and chips. I forgot to put malt. Just a little bit of malt on that. And let's get going. Wow. My God, that tartar sauce. This is excellent. And that smooth beer to kind of clean it all up. I wish you were in my spot right now. So the fish here is cod. I think they can have other, or they can use other fish for fish and chips, but wow. The batter is very light. It obviously has that crunch, as you can hear. And what's nice about this is that it's not as dense as maybe a chicken strip. Wow. That's really good. So, the English, you guys call these chips. Here in America, we call them fries, French fries. That is so good. What a perfect choice. As I was saying, so good. Wow. Cheers, babe. Wow. I just think this is the absolute perfect pairing. I just think it's a great beer in general. So French fries to an American is this. And there was something else. They actually call chips, bags of chips, they call those crisps. So, so different, so interesting. But I'm eating their version of chips. Whatever, it's delicious, it doesn't matter. And babe, I'm no geography expert, but it is so absolutely confusing when I'm trying to describe the UK or when I'm mentioning the UK. So, what I basically mean is the country, the United Kingdom, can be broken into smaller parts. Sometimes the names are interchangeable. You can call the country the United Kingdom. You can call it England. You can call it Great Britain. But I know they're different. They differ in some way. But it just confuses me sometimes. I don't remember. So good. Whatever the case, I'm glad to share this love with my English friends. A little bit more history. I guess, this is food for the working class way back in history. And I don't know, it just became a staple today. Sometimes I feel like some of us are working most of us are in the working class right now trying to fucking survive. It's so difficult. Oh, God. I don't know if I told you. I'm no longer working full time. I'm working part time now, just because I have to juggle school and work and YouTubing and all that good stuff. So I did have to step down. But I don't think a lot of you guys know what I do. Some of you guys do. So I work for a luxury retailer, and if you don't know what that entails, it's basically the high brand retailers. Like, I'm not going to tell you where, just because I don't want you. You shouldn't know, but I guess just for my security, right? But basically along the lines of Chanel, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Balenciaga, all those stuff. So I work in a luxury retailer brand. So with that said, I do sell these items, these expensive handbags and expensive shoes, belts, wallets, whatever, you name it. And yeah, that's my life. That's what I'm surrounded by. That's all I see every single day. So it's kind of crazy, really. When you work at a place like that, I know a lot of people are intimidated about going to those type of stores because there's a fear of being judged, there's a fear of not feeling welcomed, or just not being helped at all, just because maybe you don't have money, whatever the case. I just think that people are very insecure about stepping in stores like that. I just want to let you know that these people that are working at these, retail stores, they are like you and I. They're not by any means filthy rich. They don't lead the lifestyle of those that they are basically selling these items to. These clients. They don't have the same lifestyle, but people have this weird idea that the employees that work there also are also rich people. I just want to let you know that that is not the case. That everyone who's working at one of those places, if they even judge you, just know in the back of your mind that they are rolling up with some beat up car. They really are. Not that matters, but just to put things into perspective, and what you're fearing, don't sweat it. Trust me. Don't sweat it. And what's interesting too is that since I've worked there for so long, I used to be so obsessed with those things, those expensive items like, oh, I want a Gucci wallet, I want, a Louis Vuitton pair of shoes, blah 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 blah. I used to be so obsessed with that until I got the job. And all that charm just kind of wears off. So I know a lot of people would like a nice, expensive piece of whatever, But that charm does wear off. I see it every day. Today, I would never actually spend that kind of money on, the things that we sell. The reason why is because not that I don't think the quality is great. The quality is actually fantastic. It's just, to me, I think the prices are so arbitrary sometimes. Kind of like they just make them up out of nowhere. I look at some of the items and I go, that cannot be $2,000. It just cannot be $2,000. So I'm starting to think like, these prices exist because of the brand and not necessarily the product. But please, don't get me wrong. They are very nice things. In general, compared to the crap that you see, in department stores. They are great things, but $2,000, even $5,000 for a handbag? Whoa, it better be freaking amazing, So, look, I'm not telling you how to spend your money. Everyone's different. I actually was helping this couple one time. I believe it was her boyfriend. But he was just sitting there making comments left and right saying, I don't know why you would spend this much money on a handbag. And she comes saying, because I love it so much. As I was standing there by the counter just trying to mind my own business, but of course I had to pay attention. I was helping them. Anyways. Anyways, he kept on going to the point of irritating her. And I was just being nice. I kind of stepped in and just asked him, well, what do you like? What are your interests? And he tells me, he's interested in cars. He likes nice cars, fixing up his car. And I go, let me ask you, how much does that cost? Oh my God. He just shut up. It was crazy. And all of a sudden became quiet. And she was like, oh. I didn't mean to be mean. I just wanted him to understand where she was coming from. I mean, vice versa. Girls give guys shit for paying for expensive things like car parts as well. Or whatever they're interested in. It doesn't have to be cars. But I just think it's important that something's only valuable if you actually have interest in it, you know? The money that you're spending is only, you would only spend that amount on something that you actually truly, truly, truly like. But it's not fair for someone to tell you not to spend it on that when they're spending it on something that they like, that, you know, that you might not understand, but they like it. So everyone's different. Everyone's got their things they want to throw money at. For me, it's clothes. I like shopping. I'll spend tons of money on a pair of shoes. I don't care, but that's what I like. That's the only thing that I know I spend a lot of money on, and that's pretty much it. I don't need a nice car. I drive a Prius, a black Prius. I don't. That's not even a bad car. I'm talking like I'm dirt poor. I'm not dirt poor. It's a very nice car. And you would like to think that these people that I help, these rich people and people with money, that they're miserable, unhappy, and mean. I mean, there are a few duds here and there, but generally speaking, they're not mean people. Yeah, they're not mean. Sure, they like to brag about the things they have, you know, their materialistic items and how much they cost. But then again, poor people brag about saving money. Like, it's, we all fucking brag. So I had a, in relation to that topic, I went to the health, like a health center for some advice with health coverage plans. And there was this girl, sweet girl, she was helping us. And, you know, she had asked the regular information, like, where do you work, your occupation, all that stuff. And I told her where I worked, and she, like, you know, she went, I've always wanted a bag from there, you know. I hear it all the time. But she was telling me how, you know, having a daughter and, you know, being a single mom and not being able to make ends meet sometimes, it's just, those are the things that she wishes she had. And that, you know, the most expensive thing she really has ever had was a bag, a Puma bag that she got, you know, on, what is it, Black Friday for 50% off. And I was just listening to her. I thought, my God, and here I am just carrying these nice things and not really thinking about, just not really thinking about what other people are going through. And I'm not just talking about materialistic things. I'm talking about just money, you know, like how it's not accessible, and it's just not, and it's sad that it makes the world spin, you know. Look, I am not going to stop buying expensive shoes because I love expensive shoes and et cetera, et cetera. But the most important thing for me listening to a story like that is to be aware, and for you to be aware too, you know, for you to also understand that people are not as, I'm sorry. Not everyone's fortunate. It doesn't mean you have to stop buying what you're buying. It's just be more aware, right? Be conscious of that. And I think that's okay. That's, if anything, that's the only thing they would ask from you, you know? It's very respectful, I think. But anyways, I personally believe every woman and man deserves a nice, luxurious leather something, wallet, handbag. I think everyone deserves at least one. I think it's nice to have. It's and it's true. It's not like you're. I find that some of my friends that don't want to spend money on that oftentimes replace their bags so many times, or the bag that they got from, I don't know, Macy's or whatever the case. It's just not as. It's not made well, right? So they're always being replaced. I'm all like, you should have just dropped, I don't know, some good money on a handbag that will last you for a long time. And it really does last you a long time. But I mean, that's up to you. The way that really goes back to how you actually take care of it. But it does last you a good amount of time. But before I go, these fries are kind of stale. I'm gonna eat them anyway. Before I go, though, didn't happen to me personally, but there's a story with in the store that I've worked for, or actually a neighboring store. What had happened was, a lot of times you see couples where you're like, I'm not sure if that is the mistress or if that is the wife or the girlfriend. I'm not sure. You can never tell. And it's hard not to, question or judge. So we try not to, whatever. It is what it is, right? But apparently one time, I guess a couple had come into the store to buy something. The girl bought something, blah, 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 blah. And the job of the salesperson is to follow up with a phone call and check to see, if they still like the handbag. That's part of the service. I mean, you're dropping that much money, you better get service like that. Anyways, so I guess she calls the client and says, "Hey, how's your handbag going? I hope you loved it. That was a great choice." And it turns out that they had called the house number. And the house number, listen, the wife picked up. She goes, "I did not buy a handbag from you guys." And the sales associate was like, "Ugh. Well, sorry to interrupt, trying to just cover it all up, but yeah, that basically happened." So basically, they found out that the husband bought a bag for some mistress or whatever girl he was, playing his wife with, and it was just bad. Shit like that happens. I mean, honestly, whoever is people, when they do stuff like that, they're out for money, they're out for nice things, they're gonna go to nice places and get him. But come on, are you that stupid? Like, have you not shopped at this place before? We follow up. I mean, it's not her fault for calling, she didn't know any better. Wow. The divorce for you. Anyways, babe, these fries are old now. Finish this. If you're wondering, that says eat more pie. Thank you for hanging out with me again. I hope you were comfortable. Were you lying in bed? Were you sitting on your couch? Did you have your big t-shirt and your socks on? You probably did. Alright, I'm probably gonna go rest now, but it was good to see you.